Without a doubt, the man that brought a lot of you to this channel was the gate guy. He seems to think that he's cracked it when it comes to the science of flat Earth, and he is back. This time, debunking the ISS. Hello all and welcome along to another episode of Flat Earth Friday with me, Simon Dan. Thank you very much for joining me. Before we begin today, a huge nod to the Patreons of this channel who voted in a poll for this video by the Gate Guy to be included in today's Flat Earth Friday. If you'd like to get involved with this too, then please do check out the Patreon page. The link is in the description and there's plenty of rewards up for grabs. And of course, episode 1 of the Simon Dan podcast is out now. It came out on Wednesday. The first episode is just me and Katz having a chinwag about conspiracies. The links for where you can find that is also in the description. Right, back to today's video and Mr. Chris UK with his video, The Inconvenient Physics of the ISS. He genuinely thinks that he's debunked it. Let's check it out, shall we?
This is from the University of Colorado Boulder website. It's a gravity and orbit sim. Have a look, the link is in the description. We're looking at the orbit of the ISS. Remember, the Earth and the ISS are both travelling around the Sun at 67,000 miles an hour. At this point, the ISS is travelling at 67,000 miles per hour with Earth, plus 17,000 miles per hour. Gravity off. The ISS is travelling at 84,000 miles per hour around the Sun. 67,000 miles an hour plus 17,000 miles an hour, as it was when it was orbiting Earth at the point gravity went off.
Just to point out here, there's often a very common misconception regarding the orbit of the ISS. So, to clear that up before we continue, the ISS is orbiting Earth at around 17,000 miles per hour relative to Earth. The ISS and the Earth are travelling together in their orbit around the Sun. When the pieces of the ISS were taken up into orbit, as they were building it, those pieces retained the Earth's orbital speed around the Sun due to the conservation of momentum.
At this point, the ISS is travelling with Earth at 67,000 miles per hour, or less, 17,000 miles per hour. Gravity off. The ISS is now travelling at 50,000 miles per hour around the Sun, as it was at the point gravity went off.
We must remember here, of course, that gravity cannot be turned on and off like that, and that the Sun's influence over the ISS will be extremely small compared to that of Earth's.
67,000 minus 17,000 miles per hour.
Massive acceleration and deceleration? No, as I stated earlier, the speeds are relative. The ISS will not suddenly speed up or slow down as it leaves Earth's orbit, which it won't do, by the way. And again, the influence on the ISS of the Sun at this distance is so weak that it's almost negligible. Yes, a light in the sky that is moving. What is this absolute rubbish? He thinks the globe is broken, bless him. I really don't understand your argument, Chris. Things in constant motion stay in constant motion, if of course they aren't affected by an outside source. So for all intents and purposes, they're effectively standing still. That is the real physics here, Chris. So that speed of 17,000 miles per hour of the ISS is relative to the Earth, whether it be moving constantly or standing still. How can you not grasp that? To top it off, the sun's influence on the ISS, as we've already discussed, is minimal. Gravity requires mass. The Earth and the sun are massive. The ISS is not. Look, the equation for the gravitational force requires two masses. You could figure out the gravitational pull between the Earth and the ISS and the sun and the ISS, and I can guarantee you that they would be quite different. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I hope the answers I've given you here, Chris, are enough for you. I really do. If they're not, then you're welcome to message me over Twitter and we can hash this one out. Right, there we go. Another fantastic episode of Flat Earth Friday, done and dusted. Always love going back to the Gate guy. I've got a little bit of a soft spot for him for obvious reasons. I do hope you enjoyed it today. If you liked it, then please do drop a like on the video and subscribe as well if the feeling takes you. Again, a big thanks to the Patreons for voting for this video as well. I've been Simon Dan. Have yourselves a fantastic weekend and I'll see you all on Tuesday for a brand new Evolution video. See you then.